Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Morning, or whatever time of day it is for you as you watch this. So today is day two post surgery, right? So I got cut on Thursday. It is currently Saturday, December the 6th. Turn on this mirror imaging if it works. Come on, there you go. Okay, so to put everything back into perspective there, right hand, left shoulder. All right, so the last 24 hours or so since the last time I posted a video, not a whole lot of change. I did print off and read through some of the protocol for a biceps tenodesis to see some of the things that I could kind of expect to be able to do within the first couple of weeks. And long story short, there really isn't a lot that I'm supposed to be doing. Since for the first 2 weeks, they don't want you doing any active range of motion, so no picking your arm up with the injured arm, only moving it with the opposite side. About the most that they would allow for the first 2 weeks is passive range of motion. And I've been working a little bit on that today, not a whole lot, because I'm also trying to back off of the pain meds already. So this morning, when I first woke up, I took 2 with breakfast, 2 of my pain meds. Since then, the only thing that I've had is the Aleve liquid gels. Now, doing a quick search yesterday on the internet and looking through a couple different resources, from what I can tell, it's okay to swap one for the other, but not a good idea to take the pain meds that they've given me in conjunction with an anti-inflammatory. So hence why I took it this afternoon, and then I won't be taking pain meds again if I can keep them at bay. I won't take them again until probably right around 7 o'clock tonight after I've eaten some dinner, and I plan on kind of vegging out for the rest of the evening. So far the pain piece hasn't been too bad. I've got some itching going on underneath the padding, which is to be expected. The skin is starting to grow back together where the sutures are, so of course that's going to itch a little bit, especially as the skin it starts to heal and it dries out. I can't put lotion on it obviously for a couple more days. I did add a t-shirt to the sling because it is pretty uncomfortable. It's rubbing on my neck. It's not exactly a plush padding, right? So not top of the line, bottom dollar bargain basement type of sling, but we'll make it work. Just throw some extra padding, some cushion on there. I was able to actually take the sling off of my neck earlier today and just rested my arm on a blanket and a pillow. So that gave my neck a chance to get a break, and then my arm breathe a little bit, come out of the sling. But good news, full feeling back in the hand, right? So all of the digits, I can move them. The hand is still a little swollen, and I can't quite close it all the way, but I can get the hand shut most of the way. The other thing that I've done today, and good news is y'all can't smell any, you can only see me, and this doesn't seem like much, but I've started the process of pushing my elbow away from my body, right? So this little gap that you see here, not much of an angle, but it's the most angle that I've had since getting home. So this would be the passive range of motion, where I allow my arm to rest here in the sling, and then with the good arm, the good hand, do a little bit of rotation there, because I don't want my shoulder to lock up from being still for 2 consecutive weeks inside of a sling, right? But at the same time, this portion of the arm should stay at relatively close to a 90-degree angle. Excuse me. You don't want to try to, or I don't want to try to lift my hand with the injured arm toward the shoulder, because that's going to constrict the bicep. Is going to contract as though you're doing a flexing type of pose, which right now I think would involve a whole lot of pain. The only other thing that I've started doing is rotating my hand with the help of the sling here. I keep it resting along the sling, and just every now and again I'll rotate my hand up, and then I'll rotate my hand back. There is some discomfort in the biceps depending on how fast I move it. If I do any other involuntary movement at the same time, quite by accident, I do get a shooting pain on the inside, and again, I'm assuming that's where the anchor is that's causing that pain. there's got to be some damage, some swelling to the bicep itself because it has been removed from where it was anchored originally for 37 plus years to this new location. But I mean, all in all, the majority of the pain that I'm feeling is more, it's in the shoulder region where the incisions, I'm assuming the incisions where those were made, but also with the pain, the type of pain that it is, it's like a dull throbbing. So, you know, you get into the gym, you get in a good solid shoulder day, right? You're in there, overhead press, doing some lateral raises, really working the shoulders. That sore feeling that you have 2 days later, once all that lactic acid is built up and the body is starting to reproduce, the body's starting to fix itself with the damaged tissue from doing the workout. And you're kind of sore, you know, when you put your shoulder up, you're like, oh man, yes, good workout. Well, that's really what it feels like. That's the majority of the discomfort that I have currently. My shoulder is just very tight, traps are very tight, but it's not as bad as I had anticipated it being, which is another reason that I'm starting to back off of the medications. I'm not a huge fan of pain meds. The stuff that they have me on is pretty strong, and then, you know, the doc is like, oh, well, you're a pretty big guy, so I'm gonna give you twice the dosage. So, you know, I'm cognizant of the fact that it's a medication that people can easily become addicted to over an extended period of time. But more importantly for me, I'm more concerned with getting off of the meds so I can really feel what's happening with my body, so I know how far is too far as I start to move toward range of motion exercises, active instead of passive, right? So it's more for me than anything else to try to back off of these meds a little bit early. Trying to make sure I don't do too much too fast, but one of my concerns is that the medication is going to you know, push the pain, stave the pain off enough that I might get a little too cocky thinking that the healing is going faster than it probably is. I've also got my calendar marked for the 6-week mark to ensure I keep in my mind, up in the forefront, that I am not to be lifting anything with this left arm, right? So range of motion is about as extensive as it's going to get for the next 5 weeks and 5 days, right? Yeah. Really, that's about it today. Diet, I've been trying to keep up with it. Today, you know, everybody's kind of out of the house, so the easiest thing for me to make today was going to be leftovers or a sandwich. So I had a little turkey sandwich, cooked up an egg, on that some whole wheat bread, some cheese, you know, nothing special, nothing too fancy. This morning for breakfast I had a bagel with some cream cheese on it, and then some Shakeology just in between. And I did just have a piece of dark chocolate, but it's cool because it's dark chocolate. They got antioxidants in it, antioxidants, not accidents. And that's really it for my diet today. Well, that and some Steez. It's a green tea energy drink without all the stuff that Monster drinks has in it. Outside of that, water. I'm trying to remain hydrated. It forces me off the couch to go use the bathroom. Keeping hydrated is super important because I don't want, you know, my stomach, I don't want any blockage or bowel issues going on. But also being dehydrated with an injury while your body is trying to go and put together the building blocks to fix the damaged areas. Being dehydrated is going to slow that process down quite a bit. So hydrate. Make sure you're drinking water, a lot of water. Also with these pain meds and this other stuff going on, your kidneys, your liver are going to take a pretty big hit, which is why another reason why you don't want to take a pain medication, especially if it has an anti-inflammatory already built into it, along with another anti-inflammatory. All right, so that's really hard on the kidneys and really hard on the liver. I think that's about it for today. So yeah, that's 2 days post-surgery. Tonight I'll be cleaning up a little bit because I don't necessarily want to smell myself, but this can't come off until day 4. So you may see it tomorrow, but hopefully you won't see it Monday. You know, we'll take a look at some of the battle scars and see what it looks like, where the incisions were, how many holes I got in my shoulder, and what my tattoo looks like, which is cool because it needs to be touched up anyway or redone. But as always, just like last time, last couple videos, questions, concerns, comments, worries, complaints, Whatever you might have, let me know. Again, I know the production value isn't very good. It echoes in here. It's a pretty good sized room without a whole lot of stuff in it. But yeah, feel free to send any questions that you might have, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. All right, thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great weekend.